In this screencast, you will be learning how to use a range of persuasive language features in your argument. These are really important because these are the things that can convince your reader your point of view that you are trying to write. So we need to think like an author when we're writing this to have the high impact we want to have on the reader. So there are a few things we can use that I'm going to show you. The first one is the use of provoking thought and how you can do that. Provoking means sparking off an idea in the person's brain. Provoking thought, and this thought could be against what they had thought before they read your article or argument. The next one is the use of questions. It can be really effective for getting the reader to reflect on what they've just read or what they're currently doing. So questions can be used really well. Another one is exclamation. Marks, which can be used to really emphasize a key point. So those are three I'm going to show you now, and we're going to have a look at an exemplar. So in this is an argument about why animals shouldn't be kept in circuses. If we just read the first paragraph, circuses are a secret place where magical, fantastic things happen behind the scenes. That's what you think. Now if we stop there, the reader has deliberately used, and the writer has deliberately used things like magical and fantastic to really get you thinking about how awesome circuses are, and then they've taken that away with this statement here. So immediately you're provoked. Why would they not say that that is a magical and fantastic place? Okay, so that's really in there, is provoking thought. It's an effective way of getting the reader to think about your ideas. Now if I look in here, in the next part of this paragraph, we actually have a question. This bit here. Did you know that behind the scenes of famous circuses, cruelty is happening to our normal and endangered animals? So what they've actually done there, even though it's a question, they have, before they've asked that question, they've actually put this sentence in first to get you starting to think about that, and then the question itself, if you look at the way it's actually worded, is did you know? So it's actually answering the question within the question, so that the reader is forced to start thinking along the lines of the writer. So when you're using questions, you need to be very clear, very careful that you use them in the right place, that the reader's answer to that question is what you want them to answer. Let's look at a question further down. Okay, here's a question down here that we've also got. Do you want this to continue? Let our animals be open to cruelty and starvation, then stop. Now there's two things in here. The first thing is the writer quite cleverly has used this to open a paragraph as a topic sentence. So it's kind of like in this previous paragraph up here, the writer has given a whole bunch of information about what's happening to the animals, and then it's like kind of like a pause in this bit, like, do you really want this to continue? And then straight after, to make sure the reader is thinking like they want them to, they have actually answered the question. Let our animals be open to cruelty and starvation. So that's what happens if it continues. Okay, so that's another brilliant use of question. Also in here, they've used something else which is really effective. An exclamation mark. And this is to really ram home a point if you really want to make a point stand out. So if you can see on here, the writer has led this up. Do you want animals to be, want this continually, let our animals be open to cruelty and starvation? And then they've hit you with then stop. That's the way, okay? Then it should stop. So exclamation marks can also be really good. So if we go back,